17.
All right, and we're live. Right. Cool. All right, first off, I'd like to thank everybody who showed up. Get their names posted here. Get this down. Second episode of Tipsy Tuesday. So, yeah, we've got a Bumpy Road Brewery. Josh Abrams, I don't know you. That's my purse.
Cheers.
Chatio.
Hey.
That Thrash Metal Homebrew and Barbecue.
And Mandy.
And Mandy.
And the drunken one.
Cheers, guy. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So, yeah, we're just going to do some casual beer reviews and then probably do some chit-chat afterwards, a little beer talk, this or that. So, yeah, without further ado... Oh, hey, Mary and Butch.
What's up, Butch?
Guys. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and dive in and get started over here. What's up, Hog? Cheers, man.
Hello. So what I'm bringing tonight, this is from Stoneface Brewing Company. They're out of Newington, New Hampshire. This is a bourbon barrel-aged RIS, which is a Russian Imperial Stout. Comes in at 9.5% ABV. It is a limited release. They usually do these just once a year, release them around springtime or so, or make them in the springtime. But
Nice.
what it does say is it's aged in bourbon barrels for over a year and blended to taste. This rich, full-bodied Russian Imperial Stout will age well, drink now, or store in a cool, dark place for years.
Crafty.
That would be Newington around the coast.
Nice.
That's awesome.
It's cracking rapport and just show everybody what it was.
How do you want to go about this?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I figured we just show off what we got, and then, I mean, you could start sipping on your beer, come back around, tell everybody what you got, and I guess we could do the score at the same.
That's the appearance of it. Nice, very tight bubbled, khaki, mocha looking head. Very, this is black. There's no color coming through. In the reservoir, when pulled up to light, this is a black stout.
Black beers matter.
All right.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy. Let's go ahead and get it up here, dude.
Alrighty, tonight I have Heavy Metal, originally by Trillium, but this is Vale's. Trillium is out of Massachusetts. This is Vale's take on one of their beers. It's a double IPA. Vale's out of Richmond, Virginia. So they do what they call a Freaky Friday, where they do like the other person's brewery's beer, and they kind of do their little spin on it and sell it. But this is double IPA coming in at 9.3% with Galaxy and Amarillo. Supposed to have notes of grapefruit, pink starburst, and nectarine. So it's a haze bomb for sure. The New England style. Yeah, you definitely smell like tropical notes and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we can pour it up here a little bit. I can smell it all the way from here too.
It looks great.
That does look good.
As you can see, can't see through it. Typical New England style hazy, double IPA for this sake. But yeah, smell that tropical fruits, pineapple, a little bit of papaya. I do kind of get the grapefruit on the little back end. So dive into this one and get a couple sips and come back around and give my score. So cheers. Thanks for having me.
Cheers. No problem.
Cheers. All right. Guess it's my turn. And my beer has the same kind of color as that last one he just poured. This is the world famous. You can get it just everywhere. Bush beer. Anheuser-Busch product. 4.3%. Brewed right here in Houston, Texas. That's one of the places anyway. I've already got one in there, but I'll pour on top of it. Just get some head on it. Hopefully. Yeah, gotta shake the can first, maybe. All right, here we go. Yeah, that was aggressive pour because it needs it. All right, so yeah, clear as can be. You can see stuff through it.
Looks like a beer commercial.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Right? Keeps a little head for a second, but yeah, I don't have anything fancier than this. It's what I got. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll give my rating of this wonderful beer just a little bit.
Nice.
Thanks for having me, Mr.
Thank
Magnet.
you.
Sir.
Cheers, all. How you doing?
Oh, yeah, cheers.
All right, we're doing a homebrew tonight. So this one I tapped yesterday. This is probably the fourth beer off of the tap, fourth or fifth. I don't know. You forget, right? So this.
Get to the specs.
There it is.
So we got the Shadow Rays Pale Ale, American Pale Ale. It came out at a 7.0% ABV. Kegs 1 and 2. And on this one, we have 18 pounds of 2-row US. This is a 10-gallon batch. And a pound and a half of Caramel Crystal 40 US. And hop varieties that we have in here. Bittering is Columbus. We have flavoring and aroma hops, which are Sriracha Ace and Saws. And if you guys look back on my videos on my just not too long ago, you'll see the brew day for this one as well. And the yeast in here is Fermentus Safil US05. It's got really good malt head, good
Nice lacing.
good forward body on it. Nice caramel 40 color to it. Highly effervescent. It's going for a drink, y'all.
Okay.
There you go.
Cheers, Kyle.
I'll let you know on the round.
All right. Thank you for it.
Thank you.
Very fast.
Oh my God!
I know, that's what I said.
Face! Wow. Today I actually picked this up maybe 15 minutes ago on my way home. Station 26, Tangerine Cream Ale. It is 5.2%, 15 IBU, out of Denver, Colorado. They're in a former fire station near the old airport. So here we go.
Sounds
Crack
good.
her open. All right, put it in.
It
there.
sounds awesome, dude.
Yeah, super duper.
Super, duper, super, super.
That should be good. And I have it in a fancy Station 26 glass.
Nice.
Ooh.
Proper glassware.
I
Nice.
know. I don't even know how I acquired this.
You stole it.
No, actually, I've never been to Station 26, shockingly enough. All right, aromas. A lot of tangerine. I think there's also vanilla bean in here, too. So, good appearance, good color. Just standard cream ale color. Great carbonation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing's
It's an upside down snowstorm.
It's a lava lamp. Decent head size. So, yeah, when we whip back around, I'll give you guys my impression on the taste.
nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So yeah, I was on the way home and I was on the hunt to find something for 1090, which I didn't have a lot of luck, which it's all right. And I ended up shooting the shit with my buddy that owns the liquor store there and talking about beers, and he hooked me up with one that I was looking at. It's by Collective Arts. It's called Jam Up Boysenberry Blackberry Dry Hop Sour. It's got some pretty cool can art on there.
Yeah.
Snakes. Yeah, like Medusa type of
Yeah.
deal. 5.2%. And yeah, it's pretty much all the info I got on it. They usually come through with some good dry hop sours, so and it's gonna be a foo-foo looking beer.
Oh, fancy.
Nice.
At least it's the color of a sour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
finger head.
I can just see how tart it is.
Pretty rocky
You pretty
looking.
much can, can't you?
It's got a wow. It's a pretty good hop presence there. Wow. Yeah, you can. It just smells like tart and hops. That's pretty much what I'm getting out of this so far. Oh, well, damn. Yeah, color. I don't know what you'd call that. Blurple.
Raspberry? I don't know.
I'm going with fancy.
Yeah.
Fancy.
It probably tastes pretty good since I didn't have to pay for it. So.
Oh, it's even better when it's that way.
There you go.
All right, so we'll take it back around.
All right. So yeah, doing that Stone Face Brewing Company. Don't confuse this with Stone Brewing Company. It's Stone Face,
You might get sued.
which is the old man on the mountain.
Mhm.
Actually, if you look at that closely, that's hops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
No, what she said.
yeah. So this is the bourbon barrel aged Russian Imperial Stout. Their original one is just the Russian Imperial Stout. They do different variants. This is the bourbon barrel aged. Once again, I'll mention that. I have had they had one that was done in wine barrels before, and that's how I got the idea of doing that Trish the Dish one when I did that Imperial Stout and mixed it with Pinot Noir wine. They had a variant out. They didn't put it out this year, I guess, but it was done in Pinot Noir wine barrels, and that was fantastic. On my channel, I think it was 2 years ago on New Year's Eve, I did a video and I had that beer. So if you want to see what I thought of it, then try to find it. I think it might still be there, unless I deleted it. But yeah, good looking Imperial Stout. The aromas in this thing, and the first thing that you hit with is it smells of bourbon and oak. There is some rich chocolate notes in the aroma. Almost going to fudge, but it's not like the KBS Banac fudge, whatever thing that Alex is like buying out. It's not that fudgy, but there's a nice chocolate presence in there. Yeah, it's very bourbon and barrel forward. Some dark fruit notes in there too.
Wow, really?
Little plum. Yep.
Some fig, maybe.
Yeah, plum or fig. I mean, I think figs are like say they're made out of plum, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah, they're pretty
Fig?
similar. Yeah,
No.
prunes.
No, I think prunes are
Figs are different than
prunes come from plums.
And then
Figs come from figs.
Figs are figs.
Figs come from Newtons.
There you go.
There you go. That's what it is.
You got it. All right. I don't know my dark fruits all that well. It doesn't smell like raisin.
Hey, dark fruits matter.
It doesn't smell like raisin. Great. But the flavors in this thing. So from the aromas, it's a little bit down on the kind of bourbon notes. I mean, the bourbon notes are still there, but it's not as like you smell this thing, and the first thing you think is, "Hey, I got a glass of some bourbon or whiskey." So the flavors are down a little bit. The chocolate notes come up a little bit more forward to meet up with that kind of bourbon-esque note, which also has a nice oaky barrel flavor in there too. So a little bit of vanilla, nice chocolate notes. The dark fruits kind of come up tail end with this one as well. We'll call it fig.
What temp are you drinking it as?
Fig steak. Oh, let me get the temp.
You know what, Bumpy and guys, you know what? Let's go ahead and we'll do 3 rounds since it's going fairly quick.
Oh,
We're running and gunning through
Take
this.
my temp first.
Yeah, you might need to.
Bumpy the COVID
I'm
road.
96.2, which is actually high. That's a high temperature for me. I'm usually around 95 with this thing. So
Shoots himself all the time.
I'm heating up. And my beer is at 62.
Nice. Nice.
I did take this out of the fridge like an hour prior to this starting, so it's been out for about an hour and 15 minutes now. Exactly,
Wow.
8:15. So there you go.
Nice.
The timing is impeccable.
Does that have coffee in it or no? Just chocolate, no coffee.
No coffee. I mean, with the dark fruit notes, you might think that there's some coffee because, like, a lot of the coffee stuff I've been doing, like the porters we just did yesterday, a lot of that had like dark fruit notes in it, which if you read like a bag of coffee, it might tell you has, because they always have like it's bright and citrusy, or it's, smoky and
bold and
dark fruit
roasty.
notes and whatnot. So it depends on the coffee bean or how it's processed or whatnot. So yeah, I guess you could kind of say there might be a coffee flavor some people might pick out of this, but to me it doesn't taste like coffee. But yeah, it's got a full body to it. A semi-soft mouthfeel, carbonation, maybe just reaching into medium, but very, very fulfilling. Decent flavor notes in it. It's a nice Imperial Stout.
Nice.
World class? No, but I'll be drinking on this, and I'll try to place this into a scoring scenario that everybody can kind of get a grip on that have had other similar products. But this is actually from New Hampshire, which is cool. It's my home state.
Nice.
Cheers.
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 Cheers, brother.
All right, Bobby Hill time.
I have Heavy Metal from Vale Brewing, double IPA coming in at 9.3%. Hopped with Galaxy and Amarillo. Like I said, on the nose, you get the typical traditional tropical vibes from these New England IPAs, and kind of you get the sweetness. You kind of get that grapefruit, the nectarine. It's supposed to say notes of pink starburst. On the nose, you really don't get it. It just smells pretty sweet. You can smell a little bit of the alcohol, especially at 9.3. So let me give it a little sip here. Yeah, definitely pretty sweet. Like I said, just tropical vibes. Mouthfeel is medium to heavy on this one. As you can see, you can't see through it. Pretty thick.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. Nice lacing on it. Alcohol is masked pretty well. Like I said, you can kind of smell it on the initial when you put it up to your nose, and you can kind of taste it on the back. And it's not like, oh man, this is you wouldn't. Not like some double IPAs or triples where it's like you can definitely taste. That's all you taste is the booze. Like you get a lot of the sweetness from the hops, the Galaxy and Amarillo hops, and it's nice, smooth. Some might think it might be a little too green. Might need to sit a little bit because this was canned a couple days ago, like 2 or 3 days ago, I think. So it's pretty fresh. Like I said, you kind of have to be into this kind of. Some people don't like the whole sweetness for some of these New England style IPAs. I think it's a little too much. They want more of the bitterness. I mean, you get the bitterness in this, like I said, kind of on the back end, but up front, it's sweetness, tropical fruits. You get the nectarine, the grapefruit. I don't know if I'm really getting a pink starburst type flavor from it. Maybe a tad bit, but yeah, it's good. I mean, something that you're not wanting to chug one of these. I mean, unless you want to, be on the floor a little bit later. But at 9.3, I think the alcohol and all the flavors are pretty well balanced, and I think they did a pretty good job on the recipe. So yeah,
Nice.
cheers. I'm gonna take a couple sips and come back around and give myself a score. So.
I think the pink starburst flavor that'd be like candied strawberry, right?
Not down, up.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, it's kind of like a strawberry-esque.
Yeah. I mean, and like you hit on too, I'm kind of like, it depends on what you're in the mood for. Sometimes I'm ready for that sweeter, juicy IPA or New England style IPA, or sometimes you're in the mood for that hot bomb.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, definitely some of these New England IPAs, like they're heavy. Like you can't be pounding these I mean, I guess you could pound them all night, but you'd definitely be feeling it for sure. But like, it's nice to go from these and switch it up to something like you said, a little bit more hoppy, maybe like a West Coast style, or even like maybe even like a Pilsner or something like that, or like a single hop IPA or something. So, but. Yeah. It's good. Like I said, it's not everyone's jam, but
Oh,
Every
yeah.
once in a while, it's nice to slam some back, but
Looks
Yeah.
good. Though.
Oh yeah.
Kind of looks like you're drinking a liquid candle.
Right.
I was thinking that earlier too.
I got proper glassware too. So this is one of the Vale's glassware they put out. So they
Nice.
did a Tasty series and came out a couple years ago. So yeah,
Pretty
the
awesome.
Yankee Candle glass. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Soon they're gonna put candles in
Me?
glasses like this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Not a whole lot to talk about here, boys. I'll start out with some stats. We'll start this. This is the ever famous beer. Yeah, it looks like a urine sample, doesn't it?
Yeah. It will be later.
More water.
Yeah, it's hydrating. I'll put it that way. I didn't put that on the list. Hydrating goes along with this list. It's 4.3%, so you're gonna have to smash a bunch of them to get anywhere. It's 114 calories. I looked it up online. It's got 6.9 grams of carbs and 0.9 grams of protein. Nothing anybody gives a flying fuck. I'm just trying to make this a little longer because this is a really crappy beer. No, I intentionally got this beer, and I drink this in between the good craft beers and homebrew or whatever I might be doing. But it is light-bodied. It's clean. It's a bit thin. It's got little to no carbonation after it pours. Very little carbonation. In the flavor, it's got like notes of cracker, like white crackers. There's just really not a whole lot to it when it comes to flavor, guys. It's smooth. It's not offensive. It's cheap, and it's easy to find. Would I buy it again? Certainly. It's very inexpensive. And it just wets the palate on those times that you don't need the palate wrecking huge stouts or these big double, triple IPAs or whatever. I'm not being a cheap ass. I'm just trying to chill the palate a little bit. Anyway, that's my excuse for bringing
There you go.
cheap beer. Oh, they kicked its butt on Brewers Advocate. I'll tell you the numbers later, but they didn't make it seem like it was much better than toilet water on the reviews over there. But it's not bad. It's not that bad. It is what it is. It's just something that goes great with a fishing pole and a tackle box. Nothing wrong with it.
Well, toilet water in a brand new toilet that hasn't been used yet is just as good as water.
If you piss on it just a little bit, you get the same color too. It's the 7 SRM that they got that's there too.
Bumpy road.
Yeah,
taking
sorry.
home.
CBP, I forgot to drop that in your hangout. Sorry, man. Spaced out. Anyways, sorry about that.
Rain.
All right, so we're doing really good on time. So
Yeah, too good.
Oh, you guys said it. What?
okay, so my homebrew, my pale ale, American pale ale that I've done, this version came out to almost 48 IBUs. So it's it's not IPA range. It's a nice pale ale. It's not as bitter as like Sierra Nevada pale ale, but it's kind of in that range from the malt standpoint. So if you ever had it, you know where I'm coming from. Very malt forward. You can tell on the glass, leaving the lacing, it's got really good, body to it. So you can get the head to come back really quick on it. I usually don't rate my beers, so because I'll send them to people and let you.
Yeah,
let
send it to me, I'll rate it.
Well, do you feel like it turned out good?
Yeah,
It
it turned out really good. I think with a little bit more time, it's even going to get better. Since let's see, I brewed it probably a month ago, so it's still got some time to be in the keg. So there's 2 kegs, so by the time you get through the first one and you get into the second one, usually that second one is prime, big time. Around me, it just doesn't last. So, well, nowadays it is, but to go into the bitterness on this, the Columbus hops really pop the bitterness up front, and the Sriracha Ace and the Saaz. This is kind of like my bumpy road version, because we spoke about the recipe before I made it, and he made a suggestion from the inventory of hops that I had that to go ahead and try those. So I went ahead and added them, and it turned out pretty good. It's got a really mild flavor to it at the end. But at the beginning, it pops your mouth and it just envelops your mouth, and then as the drink goes through and down, you're getting really good flavor and aroma to it. Very floral, little bit of the citrus notes in there from the Columbus hops that are there. The Crystal 40 in here really pops the caramel very nicely. The 2-row that you put in there for the base malts really holds the whole thing up. Very nice. It is not a light beer. 7%er. It is Imperial. It hides it very well. I usually the beers that I make are in between 6.5% and 7.5%. I try not to do that. It's just I get good efficiency. Sorry. But yeah, it turned out really good. It's very thick. Not too thick, but nice and thick in the mouth. It's a nice treat. So cheers, everybody. Give you a score later.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Did the Karachi Ace, did it come off more lemon, or did you get more dill out of it? If you can
More lemon.
More lemon.
Yeah, there's more citrus in here. See right now. You get a little bit of orange in there too. I think it's kind of cool how the Crystal 40, if people don't know, when you roast malts, you have what they call Levibond, and that is the color. It's how long it's roasted. And a Crystal, you start at a very light malt, which is 0, 10, 20, 30, and you go up. 40 is kind of, that's where you get this type of color. If you had like a Crystal 20 in here, it'd be more of a lemon color. And it also adds more the caramel notes. So like chewing on a Werther's or, a caramel, one of those little square caramel things, kind of that thing with that type of caramel. Now, when you start getting up into a Levibond of 60, 80, 100, that's where you start getting really darker. That's where you go into getting into more of a porter style. Browns.
Yeah, like Jessica got right. The ambers, the browns.
That's where you get the dark
so like
fruit
his
120,
he's like 120, 150, and probably I don't know if
300.
there was no real coffee in there, from the standpoint of roast. So a lot of that is probably chocolate malt or a special B or some sort of a roast that's got that really dark Levibond that's way up there where you can't see through it. But yeah, this is really good. I mean, I love pale ales. I love IPAs. That's why I make them all the time, and turned out awesome. So
It looks good.
better.
Looks great, man.
Yeah, it looks really good. Like lacing, yeah, it just looks solid.
You just got to watch it, man.
7%.
Back and you'll be on the ground.
Your ears start going.
Well,
Which it's kind of funny too, because the one I brewed, the Losing Time with Friends NEPA, you chose 3 of the 4 hops I used in that, and mine's 7.1%. So
all right.
yeah.
Right in there.
Sweet.
Awesome. Yeah. Check it out. Go out to brewger.com, brewgr.com. Look up my name, Shadow Rays, and you'll see all my recipes out there. If you're a brewer,
7%, man. I believe that's what he said.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
7 point. Yeah.
7 even. Up there, 70%. Woo.
Nice.
I know where to find them. They're kegs 1 and 2.
You got to go through me.
All right. Well, apparently this is a Tipsy Tuesday pet edition because we had a dog earlier. Now we have this cat. Glad I took notes. I can actually read it. Aroma, I put down tangerine goodness with faint vanilla. The appearance, 2-finger white head before it went down. Pilsner in color. I can't think of another color to call it. A lot of bubbles. They're still coming up in there.
Bubbles.
That's good. Bubbles. Hi. Taste is tangerine vanilla, light refreshing, slight off taste on the back end. And I even get that on tap. When I've had this beer on tap, there's something on the back end that doesn't sit right with my palate, but whatever. Light mouthfeel, good head retention, and glass lacing. You can still see a little bit. Really.
Just watch.
Alky, man. Straight up.
She's like, I want it. Vanilla comes. The weirdest thing about this beer is about 30 seconds or so after you take a sip, then you really get the vanilla like in your mouth. It's strange. I was sitting there for a minute, kind of going, "Yeah, that's the vanilla." So short, sweet. She's taking my attention, so I'll come back around to my score.
Hey, cheers, beer man.
Cheers, beer man.
Cheers,
Lucy
man.
says hello.
Here, man.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get Hog in here. Cheers, man. Thanks for stopping in.
Hey, oh.
Guys, I went to Trader Joe's to get some stuff, but decided to pick up a beer.
Stone.
That's the hot chocolate one, right?
Yes.
Ooh.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, it's upside down. I see the way you're holding it.
Yeah, they
I know.
the can art upside down on that one.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, it's weird.
Right.
And when I bought it, I thought they'd screw it up, just like they screwed up with their one of their Best Buy ones that they had, but they did it on purpose.
No.
I don't know if there's a special way to pour this type of beer, but I'm gonna do it the way I know.
Yeah, you just pour it in there, right?
Let's get it in the glass. That's a
Exactly. Well, the way you turn it over, you got it all not necessarily shook up, but stirred, right? So whatever's got in the bottom is going to come out now. Look at that. You pour like Alex and Beermaster. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
that's not that big a head.
Perfect pour.
Oh, is that how you do it? I've been doing this all wrong.
Yeah. Dump it in.
Good. Let's see. How do I review this? It has a good throat tickle. Has a good stomach feel. Anything else?
Aroma?
All right, yeah, what's it smell like? What's it smell?
What's in it?
What's it smell like? What's it taste like?
Oh, it tastes like chocolate.
Okay.
What's the ABV on that?
8.1.
Oh,
No.
nice. So,
It said, well, now it's upside down. Hold on.
that's how you fixed it, right?
I still don't get the
Oh, yeah, I can
the
take
Yeah.
it.
man.
Gimmicky.
All right, so Imperial Stout inspired by Mexican hot chocolate. Stout brewed with chocolate, coffee, pasilla peppers, vanilla, cinnamon, and nutmeg. 8.1% alcohol by volume, 12 fluid ounces.
You said something about peppers in there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Priscilla peppers.
Yeah,
Does it have
Sure,
heat to it?
yeah, it does.
Okay,
So-
nice.
If I were to go through the list, I do taste chocolate, I do taste coffee. I do feel like a little cake of spice.
Okay.
I don't know about the vanilla, but the cinnamon, and I don't know about the nutmeg. I don't think my taste buds are that toned or honed. But yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Well, if you picked up on the chocolate, there's a good chance you're getting the vanilla mixed in with that chocolate, because lots of times you use the vanilla, like, so you get some like harsher, more dark chocolate notes out of like malts and stuff used to make stouts, porters, stuff, and then the vanilla bean, which they use vanilla beans when making chocolate too, will bring down the it'll add sweetness to that chocolate, making it more like a milk chocolate or a mild chocolate.
Okay. Cool.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Cheers, Hog.
Yeah. Man.
Right.
See, guys, just that easy.
Nothing fancy, not too complicated, you know. Try to
I
keep it
sold
nice and
out. I
nice
sold
and
out. I
simple.
sold out.
All right, so let me see. What the hell is this shit called again? Jam Up Boysenberry Blackberry Dry Hop Sour. So yeah, it is quite the color. It's the nose is this is a I've had some of their dry hop sours, and this one's a little bit different compared to the other ones I had. I mean, on the nose, it's a dank hop presence. It's almost it's similar to like or I don't know what I would say, flowers, not like floral flowers, but some of the kinds that you smoke on.
Oh, that smells. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a
I don't know
dank.
those flowers.
It's kind of got a dank smell like that. I don't know. I used to partake, but
Herbal flowers,
good
I guess.
job now, so I can't do that shit anymore. But yeah, it's like I said, it's just hop presence up front on the nose, and you could smell the tart sour, but I was going for the taste.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So obviously it's 5.2% sour. It's got a thinner mouthfeel. I mean, it's refreshing. It's tart. You can get the blackberry. I'm really not sure what a boysenberry actually tastes like.
In between like a raspberry and a blackberry and a blueberry, kind of in that realm.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah, now I get it, Thrash.
So it's kind of. I mean, you get the tartness. It's refreshing. It's light, but get the fruit notes. But as it finishes, man, it really dries off the palate, and it leaves you with the bitter dank hoppiness on the tongue. It makes you want to get back in there and have more. I'm not sure exactly what hops they use to dry hop this with, but I mean, it's not bad. It kind of leaves a weird mouthfeel afterwards, just like dry and.
Is it like a chalky mouthfeel kind of, or not?
Slightly, yeah, it is it's slightly chalky, which I haven't had a lot of sours like that. But overall, I mean, it's not too bad. This beer is pretty fresh too. It's canned 11/24/20, so it's
fresh.
About 2 weeks old.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Under a month.
Yeah. So obviously that dry hopping it's gonna be there for sure. It hasn't had any time to sit on the shelf and mellow out by any means. So
maybe this is green.
It's really not too shabby. I might pick some of this up and let it sit around for a bit and come back around and try it again. So overall, it's not too shabby. Like I said, I'll go check out and see what kind of hops they use what they put in this, because Collective Art's pretty good about telling you what they put in their stuff. So
they make good products, man.
Most of the time. Yeah, I haven't really had too bad issues with any of their beers. So
what's the ABV on that one again?
It's a 5.2. Nothing too loud.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll take it around one more again. We'll score, do our plugs, and then probably go up to screen like this, shoot the shit for a little bit, and
Salute.
Yeah.
All
right, so let's get Bumpy back in here.
I think I found a date.
Oh, there it is.
206.
That is a shitty place to put a date, huh?
Right on the
You know where it goes, right?
The interesting thing about this is they must have held on to this at the brewery, and they must have had extras left over and said, well, we're not selling them. We might as well ship them out to the craft beer stores around the area, because it just came out last week at the beer store. So
Or they want to hold on to it.
I guess the whole thing where it does say spring 2020 is
Wow.
when it was released, but that's not bad. I mean, letting it age a little bit.
Maybe that was intentional.
Yeah. So overall in this one, the 9.5% ABV. Don't notice any alcohol presence at all. So easy to drink. Pretty good at, like, the boostiest part about it is the aroma. Like, the first thing I noticed was bourbon in the barrel. So, Drunken one, I'm going to blame you.
That's why I put my hands up first, dude. I always catch out. I haven't touched the button. I haven't smoked too much.
It was Hog.
All right, who let the cat out of the bag?
Or who's playing with the cat in the bag?
Just
Right.
playing with the bag by yourself.
I was trying to get in the bag, guys. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No worries,
Kyle.
man.
Got the munchies. So it's a good Imperial Stout, barrel aged for a year in the bourbon barrels. It doesn't say on the bottle what barrels they're using, what bourbon they're using. I'm sure if I did some research on stuff, I could probably find it, but I'm not that type of person. So, so we got tons of different bourbon barrel aged stouts that come out around this time of year. I mean the most standard one, because it's year round now, is Founders KBS. You've got Goose Island's Bourbon County. Another year round one, which Drunken One loves, is
Bush.
Dragon's Milk.
Dragon's Milk. Oh, yeah. Love those beers. Yeah, those are good ones.
So where to place this between those? I think this one's better than Dragon's Milk.
Okay, fair enough.
Definitely not as good as the Goose Island Bourbon County.
Bourbon County, yeah.
Definitely not as good as that. KBS, which is just a smidgen under the Goose Island one, it's still not as good as the KBS, in my opinion. So I'm going to give the Stoneface Brewing Company in their bourbon barrel aged Riss or Russian.
Forget
Imperial
about the
Stout.
CBS.
Well, that's different. That's maple. Because they, like I said, they make different variants of this one too. This one's just in a bourbon barrel. Their Pinot Noir wine barrel one much better than this one. But I'm still gonna give this one a 95 out of 100.
Wow. All right. Yeah.
I think it comes off nice. The notes. I mean, if it tasted exactly like the aromas, and it was going to be like drinking almost like bourbon was just added to the beer, like the aromas were giving off, then it would have scored lower. But it did mellow out in the mouth on the flavors with the bourbon a little bit. It's still there. It's still present. You get in the bourbon, you get the barrel, but the chocolate notes did come up a little bit more in the flavor. So, pretty nice brew. Anelli will be acquiring one of these, and I hope that he can enjoy it.
Where is that John Anelli guy?
Well, at some point, see what he thinks about it. So,
Right.
cheers, everybody.
Cheers,
Cheers,
Punk.
man.
That's a good score, man.
Plugs?
Oh, well, I thought we were doing plugs afterwards. So,
Oh, hell, I don't know.
are we doing them now, or are we doing
Yeah,
now?
go for it. We're doing them now.
Okay, we're doing now.
Do them now.
Oh, I'm not going to start with Multi Monday.
Get it out of the way.
It's gonna be you by yourself.
Hey, my channel, Bumpy Road. The full name of it would be Brewery at the end of that. So I'm a home brewer. Been doing it since 2011. So almost coming up on a decade of home brewing. Sometimes there will be home brewing episodes that come out. Been kind of doing different ways of putting those videos out. I've done full-on brew days. I've attempted live brew days, which that really didn't work for me. Done vlogs, putting out like little snippets here and there throughout a day. Found out, people kind of lose interest after the first couple vlogs come out, and nobody really watches the finishing product. So kind of back to just doing like really quick snippet videos and putting it into one video, trying to get a brew day taking out a lot of the not as boring crap and just trying to do it within probably a 20 minute video. Try to hold interest. So those that come out for that, I will do tasting videos as well on my home brews. I do my 50-point inspection on that, which I also have my 50-point inspection videos that come out on grow breweries, craft breweries, whatever beer that I can purchase that I didn't make. Those come out on a daily Tuesday through Friday and Malty Monday. Okay. That's my live show. That is something that usually we have a poll where everybody's going to vote on 4 different beers that panel and myself come up with to put into a poll. The winning beer in that poll will then be presented on the upcoming Malty Monday, in which we have a panel and people that can find the beer and want to join up in panel, and we talk about that style of beer and drink it and showcase what we all brought and stuff. Start off with whatever I can find on the internet, basically try to do BJCP stuff on it. Just real short, quick. Try to get some nice little history notes and stuff if they're available on that up front. This upcoming Malty Monday is
Dun, 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 dun.
Hear you, bro. All of a sudden,
Can't hear you.
all of a sudden we can't hear you. I don't know what just
Yeah.
happened.
Hear us.
I don't know what's going on.
you can't hear me?
Now we
Now
can.
we can.
That was
I
weird.
just stepped like a foot
Yeah,
away.
I
Wow.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So the upcoming Malty Monday
Take the foil off your butt.
for this, yeah. And you get one of those like
It's
boom
got
mics.
interference.
It's gonna be Belgian Christmas ales.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
So
Same bananas.
Damn it.
go out and find yourself
grab that one.
a Belgian style Christmas ale. It doesn't have to be from Belgium. It can be an American one, but it has to be within the Belgian style. And it should be Christmassy, you know.
God damn you, Bumpy. I caught one of those today.
That's probably the only one I'll find.
Yeah. I could have
Same.
looked around for more, but I was in the store and they had this on the shelf. I'm grabbing it. This may not be the one I bring. If I can find something different, I will definitely look for something different. But look at that bottle.
It's a nice
Look at
looking
that
bottle.
bottle.
Long, hard, and full of fun.
Look at that bottle.
Wow.
All right. Cheers, everybody. And hope to see you all on this upcoming Malty Monday.
Cheers,
Thank you
Bumpy.
very much, Miscellaneous. I'm going to obviously stick around and we're going to have some chats and stuff afterwards. And I'm going
Oh, yeah.
to
We'll tear it up. I'll probably open up the panel after we're done doing all our serious, not so serious beer reviews. Try and keep it casual. Like,
Like I said, I got Heavy Metal from Vale Brewing, 9.3% double IPA with Galaxy and Amarillo. Typical New England style IPA. Get the sweetness off of it, like I said earlier. Tropical notes. I guess the more I sip on it, I kind of get that pink starburst, like Bumpy was saying, strawberryness kind of. You get the grapefruit. I get a little bit of orange. I get a little bit of orange in it, like kind of like a candied orange. I don't know if that's maybe from the hops, maybe like the Galaxy hops. Like I said, medium to pretty heavy mouthfeel. You definitely taste the booze, especially at 9.3%.
it does say, I just looked it up. It does say pink starburst, aka strawberry.
Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, well, you can definitely the more I drink on it, I kind of get that strawberry on the back end a little bit. But like I said, it's definitely sweet. Like I said, some people might find it kind of off-putting because some of these New England style IPAs are pretty sweet, and that you going from the sweetness with the the heavier mouthfeel. That's kind of like some people, they can't really. You can't really guzzle these down like some of the lighter beers, like 5% IPAs and stuff like that. But
As you get older, it gets easier.
Right? Yeah. Well, it's like we were talking earlier about the palate cleansing. You gotta you drink all these New England style IPAs and it kind of wrecks your palate. And after a while, they all taste the same. And
Right.
Like, I got to switch it up to something different. That's why I like to go to like Pilsners or like some crispy lagers or something like that. Switch it up. But give it another little sip here, and I'll give my score here. Score-wise, I'd have to give it a 97. This is really good. I mean, I really enjoy it. Like I said, it might not be for everyone because of the
damn good score.
Yeah, it's really good, man. It's some people a lot of people have been saying, like, I've been reading some of the reviews and they said, oh, it's it's a little green, which means it's the hop characteristics. It's pretty pretty hoppy. You gotta let it sit for a little bit, but I think it's good right now. I mean, see how well it develops within a week or two, because some of these IPAs you get them fresh off the canning line and they are a little bit green and super hoppy and in your face kind of thing, especially for a New England. But yeah, I definitely give this a 97. I've had the original from Trillium, which is based out of Massachusetts, and I think that Vail did a pretty good job at cloning their kind of recipe and kind of doing their own thing. But yeah, 97 for me. This is
nice.
This is really good. So thanks for having me, Miscellaneous. Cheers. Appreciate you having me.
No problem.
Channel
Plug your IG or whatever.
I got an IG. It's Philly Crooker 87 is where I do most of my beer reviews. Well, not really beer review, just kind of like post the beer I'm drinking and kind of give a description of what I drink. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, I'll pop in on some of these streams here and there with you guys, and I don't really have a YouTube channel or anything like that. So I guess eventually, maybe I'll need to get one, but we'll see how that goes. So.
There you go.
We like you hanging out, man. We like you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Thanks you guys for having me. Yeah.
No problem, man.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
You saying that you're not really a beer reviewer is like Drunken One saying I'm not really an electrician.
Or a solar panel technician.
No, dude, it sounds like you got it nailed.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
No problem. Bum bum bum.
Y'all with your fancy damn beer pours. think you're just trying too darn hard. Get the beer into the glass. That's the only mission, right? There it is.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. You get all the air out. You don't get nasty when you fucking pour it like that.
Glass, don't you? All right. Crisp, refreshing, inexpensive. We went through all this just a second ago. I don't want to make it all long and drawn out like I did the other night, but anyway, everybody can find it, and if you've never tried it, you can find them in tall boys or whatever. Get you a couple of singles, and don't drink them on the way home, but make sure that when you get home you enjoy them very cold, because it's important. Right? Don't let these warm up, and drink them as fast as you can and as many as you can. Right now, that's not a good PSA, is it? They gave it a 50. They gave it a 50 on Brewers Advocate or whatever it is, the brewer review thing. It is what it is. You don't have to think about it. It's just a plain old beer. You can drink a few of them because they're 4.3. They're refreshing. They're inexpensive. I don't know what the numbers would be. I'm looking for either a very high C or a low B. Would that be like an 82 maybe? An 82 would be like a low B. That's the number I want to give it. It is what it is. I mean, no, it's not going to compare with these Russian Imperial stouts, but for what it is, it's not a bad product, compared to others of its same variety. It's not a bad product. Yes, I'll continue to buy it. It's right up there with hams if Sutton's around,
Right.
It's right up there with hams. No, I would buy more hams. I think hams is actually a better product than this, to be honest. I can't find it so much. But so I'll give it an 82, I guess, and that seems fair enough for what it is. Yeah, I'll buy it again. Yeah, it's awesome. As for my channel, I'll get around to that. Like I said yesterday, day before, whatever yesterday it was, I found the cameras and I just need to go out and put them to use. We've had crappy weeks, I'm just saying. But I will be a creator once again at some point. But for now, I'm just trying to unpack everything and get my wits about me from moving and juggling work and drinking, and it's just not easy. It'll keep me busy on all these live streams. I guess that's it. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, Drew. Awesome show. Great turnout.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, not
quick as we were going. Still ended up hitting the hour mark.
Hour mark. Did I see that?
Heck yeah. So,
no,
yeah, I know there's a few less, so I'll be really quick. Had to pour up a little bit more because.
Oh, you don't have to rush. Ain't in no rush.
No. I like that lacing. Plus an excuse to drink a little bit more too, right? So I usually don't rate my home brews, but
you don't have to put a number to it if you think it's fair or better than average or whatever you want to go that way.
I think people really enjoy it. I mean, it's like Bumpy said earlier, this isn't world class. This is homebrew. This is very drinkable. If you want to party, this would be a real good party beer. If you want to go to bed early, 7%. But it quenches the thirst. It goes down smooth. Covers the ABV very well. I'm very happy with it. I'll just give it 92.
Okay, that's fair enough. I think you underestimate your product, Brian, because unless you've had homebrew, guys, you just don't know. It's the fact that the malts are fresh. Everything's so fresh. You just found, 2 weeks before to make that beer, and here it is,
Well, it's not only that, it's like the volumes that I do, a lot of the beer sets in the fermenter for a little while, for at least a couple weeks after fermentation's done. So it has time to clarify when I go to rack it off into a keg. So, I mean, like I said, this is like beer number 6 coming out. It's getting clear. So I don't have a lot of the homebrew particulates in here, yeast or whatever. It's cold crashed out. You know what I mean? Yeah, it turned out really good. I'm happy with it. It's been a while since I had a shit brew, and it's
wait, let me send you one.
Okay, so
that shit.
I always damn forget. Okay, so plug in the channel.
Oh
go ahead and check that out. Commerce Ozzy's got that down there. You can check it out doing the American Pale Ale one. I also did an IPA one, I think, too. But my channel just put a video out. I'm back on the retro stuff right now, so I'm working on 1541 drive that I got going. Is just I put part 1 out of probably maybe 3 parts that are coming out. So I know if John and Ellie is in the chat, he's just drooling for the next part. That's probably why he ain't saying anything right now. He's busy watching the video right now. But yeah, rescue stuff has been really heavy right now. So both rescues that I go to, the large animal rescues, I probably won't brew for a little while because I have a lot of volume, and I got to get some bottles out to specific people that I promised some brews to. So I have a chocolate oatmeal maple happiness stout that's in there that's going to go to a few people, and I can't even touch it right now because I want to make sure that everybody who I promised gets a bottle and send some pale ale out with it, and probably some extra stuff. So
sweet.
Other than that, we're rocking on Thrash Metal Homebrew and Barbecue channel. Go check it out. Boom. We done.
Nice.
Right? Cheers.
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 Do that.
It's gone. It's gone, but that's okay.
The cat's still there.
She came back.
The cat drank it.
That's why there's no more beer.
That's why the beer is.
You stole my beer. You took my beer, silly girl. As I said earlier, tangerine goodness, slight vanilla with it, but after that back end just really killed it for me. And it's always been that way with this beer for me. So many of my friends are like, oh my gosh, Station 26 Tangerine Cream. It's the best. I'm like, it's a funky cream ale. That's all I can say. It's just something is off with it. I don't know what's wrong with it. Like I said, it's strict. Pardon me. Kind of swallow. It's strange that the vanilla comes out like 30 seconds after you're done, like taking a sip. That's very bizarre to me. But I guess it just lingers around the mouth. So for the score, kind of gave it a low score. Gave an 83 out of 100.
Oh wow!
As I said, the back end just killed it for me. I was just no.
You trying to be twinsies with me?
Yeah.
No.
Fun fact though.
83.
This was
No, that's an important factor though in beer. Flavor is the aftertaste, what you're left with, because
Yeah. Oh, of course.
that's kind of what you remember,
And it's what takes you back to get another one.
right?
Yeah.
or not.
Exactly. Yep.
But this was the first beer I reviewed on my channel back in April, I believe. So kind of fun to re-go back. And yeah, it's basically similar to how I felt back then of that. Other plugs, I do a lot of beer reviews. I do brew days on my channel, recorded brew days, a lot of video games. Friends right now are blowing me up to play some Among Us. I'm not really in the mood. I do Grand Theft Auto 5 role play on my channel, just a bunch of different stuff. I do regular vlogs. I'm all over the place.
Squirrel.
Cool.
No cyberpunk.
No, everyone's playing that game.
It's buggy and shit.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I figured it would be. Those play titles fly out and they're like, oh, we put out a crappy product. It still has 200,000 reviews on Steam, which is incredible after about a week.
I want to go back to Halo 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Give me
beers,
that.
Halo 1 was fun.
yes.
Man.
Beers, barbecue, and baseball. The channel is exactly what you added at Chatio. Look for this goofball right here, and that would be me.
Oh, the white screen. That's offensive. But
Was it white?
yeah, it was just like a white. It was like a. We didn't see the little logo on this.
Oh,
it
well,
popped up. It
okay.
popped up the little like.
You
There
see-
we go.
you
There
see-
we go.
okay, there we go.
There we go.
All right, there it is. So, yep, that's the channel. So, tons of beer reviews coming out in the next God knows how long. I'm so backed up, it's crazy.
Can we
It's
get
always
another?
good.
Can we get another Arby's review? I saw your Arby's roast beef sandwich review.
Oh, I've seen that myself. Right? The horsey sauce.
Yeah. Oh man, those buns are atrocious. I don't know. Those are some really bad buns. Actually, I have
They're
one in my
kinda
fridge.
soggy. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just soggy, spongy, weird.
Yeah. They get the job done, though. I mean, especially if you've been drinking. Like, let me get that
Pretty much.
sandwich.
Yeah.
You
Meat's
slam-
good.
slamming some Four Locos or something. You have some Arby's sandwiches and
That's a review.
In
That
Arby's
is
in
a
New
review
Hampshire.
right there.
yeah,
I may have to do that.
Four Locos and Arby's, or maybe some Hardee's. You know.
Yes, yeah. That bad life choices with Chatio.
Carl's Jr.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
channel.
yeah.
name, Bad
Chatio
Life
Jr.
Chatio.
Yeah, Chatio Jr.
All right, cool, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on here, Miscellaneous. I appreciate it.
problem.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Always fun.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
you're muted.
Back to you, Hug.
You're muted. Don't forget you're muted.
All right, first I want to say if this was a professional or serious thing, sorry.
No, it's
I don't do
casual,
beer
man.
reviews. My bad. But let's see. My best review I can give it is a 6 out of 6.
Oh.
I bought a 6-pack.
I like your scoring system.
But it doesn't have a really bad aftertaste. It's lingering. It's just lingering. Bitterness. I'm buzzed.
there you go.
I don't drink much. I'm buzzed.
Got your money's worth then.
There you go.
Sure.
Yeah. I think it was like $5.99 or
Yeah,
something like
but beer,
that.
That ain't bad at all.
That's awesome.
Something like that.
Right.
But yeah.
Do you have any shout outs, any plugs, any thing like
Oh yeah. I got a shout out to the #1 channel,
There you go.
Alex the Beer Master.
Sure.
Yeah, check him out. Alex.
Nice.
Go check out Alex Beermaster on Fridays.
Good Fridays.
Yeah, he's going to start Computer Fix It Fridays.
Right, I know, right?
All right. Cheers, Hug.
Right.
Cheers.
Stopping by, man, anytime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure.
Great.
Yeah.
I did pull up Collective Arts. So this beer is dry hopped with Vic Secret, Mosaic, and Citra.
Ooh, Vic Secret. So good.
Yep. So, overall, it wasn't too bad. I think if you're going into I've some of their hop sours that I've had weren't as intense on the hop. I'm not knocking it. The beer was pretty good. Just something with that dry after bitter and that different mouthfeel kind of was off. Like I said, the beer might be a little green. I mean that shit's less than 2 weeks old. It's probably about 2 weeks in the can, but alone. So, like I said, I'd probably buy some of that and put it up and let it sit for a couple months and then try it out. Let it mellow out a little bit. But as of now, I would probably score that it's definitely not the best sour I've had recently. Nowhere close. I'll give it a steady 90. I think it needs a little more time in the can just to mellow out a little bit, but it could be something really good because I've had what was their other one? Jam Up the Mash.
Yeah, that one's
a really good one, and it wasn't as intense on the hops as this, but like I said, it wasn't as fresh as this can. So I'll go with a 90. It really wasn't a bad beer. Another cool fact about this one is that the artwork was done by Joey Rex. He's a freelance illustrator from Miami, Florida. That's cool. I like how Collective Arts they bring in independent artists to do all their can art.
That is really nice.
Which is cool. So
awesome.
their cans will never all look the same. And each year when they come out with them, the can art changes. They bring in new artists. So
Cool.
not too shabby. So yeah. Overall, it's pretty good. Not a bad show, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not too bad. No, any time, man. I just I like it. I like this Tuesday, and oh, hold on. Yeah, let me do it right while we're here. I'm gonna pour this sucker up. Got the old Speckle Hen on nitro.
Have you ever had the old Speckle Hen?
I don't know. Maybe once I might have picked it up. I don't know. I buy stuff and I get to drink it, and then I'm just like, well, let's try that out.
Pour that sucker hard. Yes, sir.
There you go. Hey,
Let her dance in a bottle. Let her dance in a glass.
that's what you
Or like a Guinness. I mean,
Did you ever have the old speckled rooster? That's the barrel aged version.
Yeah, I've never
Upside down scotch guard.
that's what that is. Yep, Thresh nailed it. Oh, damn, that's got a nice cascade to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good dancing beer right there.
Yeah.
The regular version is really good too.
The regular old speckled hen, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not much of a nitro fan. So.
Yeah, I know, Bumpy. You don't like the nitro. It's okay. It makes some beers better, to be honest with you.
You know, some of them it works, but there's some that's just like I'd much rather just have it.
Yeah, the regular version.
All right, so I'm gonna put the link out there. You're more than welcome to come up and hang out, as long as you don't get crazy or wild out of hand, just like the normal run that we always
use multi-Monday terms.
It wasn't exactly what you said.
I trademark that. I'm gonna put a circle around it too.
That's good. You can get all the money that I earned from this video, Bumpy. all
the
20 cents I probably get out.
I'm calling work right now, and I'm retiring.
Hey, I'm not coming in forever.
Exactly.
I'm getting paid off of miscellaneous. I'm not monetizing. Getting shit.
Yeah. Can you contact the CEO, Mr. McMillions, and let him know that I'm quitting? Thank you.
Mr. McMillion.
Scrooge McDuck.
It's actually his last name.
Really?
Yes.
McMillions. Wow.
Wow.
McMillian.
Hot damn.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah. All right.
It's pretty good. Definitely different than any of the recent beers I've had. It's nice though. It tastes like it's. I don't want to say the wrong thing. It's just.
It's a nice English bitter. It's
Pretty much.
caramel. It's caramel and bready and malt forward. And,
Well, I didn't mean like that. I just. It is. It is bready and caramel, but I don't know. It's kind of. It's got. I don't know. Slight notes of the grain bill, but it's not bad by any means. I kind of like these beers from time to time just to stray away from all the exotic shit that they're always throwing out.
Yeah.
So, God damn. What do you mean you're sober, Michael Hilton?
I
How
can't
dare you.
I call lies.
Not yet.
Yeah, it's 9/11.
Well,
Usually in
but
the
6:11.
yeah.
I guess.
I've seen him in the paint already by this time.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
More so than not.
yeah. Well, shit. I guess nobody's gonna join. I guess probably take this off air then. Appreciate everybody stopping in for a second edition of Tipsy Tuesday. I will continue to do this until Beer Man decides he's ready to come back and start doing Beer Cheese Tuesday. I did talk with him today. He said he's doing good. He's just been busy with the brewery and he's doing some kind of schooling. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he's studying for tests and stuff. Just
Cool.
Doing more productive things. And I told him, I said, if whenever he's ready to come back and he wants the Tuesday spot back, I said I just jumped on it to hold the spot, because if I didn't, somebody else would have.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
cheers, guys. We're out. Appreciate everybody that showed up in the chat, and appreciate you guys in the panel. Without y'all, the show doesn't happen. So,
Yeah, exactly. Right. Everybody
Wash them hands, folks.
Wash your hands.
Wash your
Wash
hands.
your ass.
yeah, there you go. That's what Thresh said. Go wash your ass.